Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode on the Hijo de las Calles channel. As always, I apologize in advance for any grammatical or pronunciation errors that may be present in this video. So, with that said, let's get to it. This film relates two stories that come together because of their tragedies. The first story is about Willie or Casper, a member of the Mara Salvatrucha 13, located in Tapachula, Chiapas. And the second story is about Zaira, a girl from Tegucigalpa, Honduras, who is forced to participate in a journey she doesn't want to be part of. This journey is about crossing Mexico to reach the United States, in the company of her uncle and her father, who had just been deported. She does not want to be part of this journey because she believes that if her father had not been deported, he wouldn't have to make the trip again. In other words, she believes that her father was forced to make the trip because of his deportation, and not because it was his desire to return for his family and take them to the United States. On Casper's side of the story, we can see some aspects of the MS-13 gang, such as their hierarchy, way of life, and their initiation ritual. This ritual is received by Smiley, a friend of Casper, who, after doing things for the hood, they give him the opportunity to belong to it. The ritual consists of enduring 13 seconds of beatings by other members of the gang. Afterwards, Smiley must take out his first enemy, a Mara 18 who was captured on the train passing through a part of the territory that Casper and Smiley were supposed to guard, which they did not because Casper preferred to spend time with his girlfriend, Marta Marlene, and Smiley accompanying him. Things become unfortunate for Casper because the Mara boss, Lil Mago, asks Smiley and Casper for explanations for their unfulfilled duties in the hood. The meeting takes place in a graveyard, and thinking it was a party to which Casper did not want to invite her, Marta Marlene shows up. Lil Mago discovers that she is Casper's girlfriend and that she is the reason why Casper is committing offenses in the hood. Lil Mago decides to take Marta Marlene to her place, and in the middle of the way, he tries to abuse her. In the struggle, she dies due to a hit in the head. Lil Mago returns to the graveyard, and Casper realizes that his girlfriend is already dead. To try to smooth things over, Lil Mago decides to take Casper and Smiley to assault a train of undocumented immigrants that is heading to the border and passing through the city of Tonalá, Chiapas. Zaira is on that train. The Maras assault the train, and at the end, Lil Mago tries to abuse Zaira. Casper, still angry for having lost his girlfriend, acts on instinct and decides to attack Lil Mago with a machete. He throws Lil Mago off the train and forces Smiley to return to La Confetti, nickname of the Mara's location in Tapachula. Smiley returns and tells the other members of the Mara what happened. They decide to alert all the Mara groups in Mexico to hunt down Casper. Meanwhile, Casper continues on the train he had assaulted. Traveling aimlessly and knowing he was going to be accused for what he did to Lil Mago. Due to their distrust, the other undocumented immigrants try to throw Casper off the train, and Zaira decides to alert him. Casper and the others continue their journey on the same train. As the days go by, Zaira and Casper develop an affective relationship, and Zaira tells him the reason for her trip. Meanwhile, Smiley arrives at one of the Mara cells and with their help, they go in search of Casper. Then Casper decides to leave the train without saying anything. Syra notices and decides to get off and follow him. Casper tries to make her see her mistake, but the train was already gone. Syra's uncle and father realize that she got off the train, but they continue their way. Casper decides to help her, and they continue their journey together. Eventually, they arrive at La Casa del Migrante, or shelter, in Reynosa, Tamaulipas. And at the shelter, they meet a friend who continued their trip on the train with Syra's father and uncle. He gives them the notice that her father was killed by the Migra, and her uncle was deported back to Honduras. Syra and Casper continue their journey to the Rio Bravo or Rio Grande, and attempt to cross the river. Syra is the first to cross, but halfway across the river, the Maras arrive and Casper runs. Syra tries to return, but it is too late. Casper is hit by Smiley and he fires the first bullets. Then all the others arrive and continue shooting at him. Syra witnesses everything from the other side of the river. The story concludes with Syra already on the American side, calling her father's wife, and her uncle making the trip again. Also, Smiley earns her first tattoos for killing Casper. Sin Nombre was released in 2009, and at the time it didn't attract attention. But it was until this year that, at least in Mexico, it became available on Netflix. It is a film that was directed by Kari Fukunaga. This person lived closely with Mara 13, and thus was able to know the organization on the inside. Which makes this film very good, in my opinion, despite its lack of relevance, is that it shows the train route taken by Central American immigrants on their journey through Mexico in real life. Also, the way they show the stories on the part of the gang and on the part of the undocumented immigrants who want to reach the American dream is the closest to reality, without exaggeration and without skimping. All in all, this film is a good choice for those interested in the topic to enjoy on a weekend. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for watching. See you next time.